WrestleMania 38 Night 1 might have been the best WrestleMania that we have gotten in the last 5 years, and I don't know how Night 2 is gonna top it because it was a really good night, with the return of Cody Rhodes and even Stone Cold Steve Austin having an official matchup. This is Wrestle Round, always keeping you up to date with all the latest in wrestling, so let's go ahead and talk about everything that went down at WrestleMania 38 Night 1. Let's just start off with the two bigger shockers of the night, that of course being Cody Rhodes being the mystery opponent for Seth Rollins, and Stone Cold Steve Austin not just showing up at the KO show, but actually having a 13-minute match against Kevin Owens. Before that massive main event went down though, we started off the night with the Smackdown Tag Team Championship. We got the Usos defeating Rick and Shinsuke Nakamura. Unfortunately, this matchup wasn't that exciting as it had to end a little bit earlier due to the injury that Rick Books ended up suffering. WWE even announced that Rick will need surgery as he suffered a torn quad when he was trying to pick up both of the Usos. After the injury, the Usos had no choice but to end the matchup by putting Shinsuke Nakamura down with the 1D. We had Drew McIntyre defeating Happy Corbin. The big moment that happened in this match was Drew McIntyre actually kicking out from the End of Days, which is the first time that anyone kicks out from Happy Corbin's finisher. We also ended up learning that the sword was actually real the whole time, as Drew McIntyre ended up snapping two of the ring ropes. So you telling me he actually been swinging a real sword over the last couple of months? So what exactly does Drew McIntyre thinks is gonna happen when he does hit somebody with that? Are we sure that he is a babyface? We got The Miz and Logan Paul defeating the Mysterios. Questionable finish here because after they won the match, The Miz decided to turn on Logan Paul, which I feel like The Miz ended up getting a double moment here. Why not just have The Miz turning on Logan Paul during the actual match and give the victory to the Mysterios, and then The Miz could actually go on and turn? But I guess they really wanted Logan Paul to get that victory, and it's very likely that he might stick around to have another matchup, and it's probably gonna be a singles match against The Miz. Raw Women's Championship matchup, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair regained the Raw Women's Championship in a really good match. Personally, I think that this was a second best match of the night, if not the best match of the night. It was solid all around. We got some really good near fall. Even the manhandle slam on top of the steel steps. Towards the end of the match, we had a Bianca Belair hitting a second row 450 splash. Becky Lynch then hitting her big move, coming off the turnbuckle with a flipping kick to the face. Becky went on to counter the KOD by grabbing the ropes, then hit Bianca Belair with a manhandle slam on the ring steps, but that wasn't enough to take down Bianca. They fought it off a bit more. Becky went for another manhandle slam, leading Bianca to counter it into the KOD right in the middle of the ring, and Bianca gets another WrestleMania win. She's building a bit of a streak here. I mean, it's just 2 matches, but it is big matches. We then got Seth Rollins versus the mystery opponent, which turned out to be none other than Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes got his old AEW gimmick. Nothing changed. He even got the music. Same attire. He teased the Stardust gimmick during the match, which was freaking awesome. And Seth Rollins even telling him, welcome back to the big leagues. So you know a lot of people marked out for that one. Even I did. I love me some AEW. All wrestling in 2022 is just nuts. This is just another example of it. Cody Rhodes coming back to WWE is just crazy. Anyways, this matchup started off a little bit slow, but you could kind of see that they were basically calling it on the spot. They did not train for this matchup at all, but at least towards the end, they did got the chemistry together, and it turned out to be probably the best match of the night. Again, just right there with Becky Lynch versus Bianca. There were some real cool moments of Seth Rollins trying to hit the pedigree, Cody Rhodes trying to do the same thing. There was a good amount of near falls, even Seth Rollins kicking out of the first crossroads, Cody Rhodes kicking out of a pedigree that Seth finally got to hit. Then towards the end, we had Cody Rhodes delivering 2 crossroads, and then into a bionic elbow and one final crossroads to pick up the victory against Seth Rollins. We then had Charlotte Flair defeating Ronda Rousey. A bit of a shocking finish right right there. I do think that this matchup went a bit too long. It was a lot of a submission battle of course, Ronda Rousey trying to tap out Charlotte Flair. In the end, she finally did it, but the referee was already knocked out. Ronda then goes and tries to pick up the referee from behind. Here comes Charlotte, big boot to the face, and that was it. There was a couple of moments in this matchup that was sloppy, but again, I feel like that is because it just lasted a bit too long. WWE needs to keep these Ronda Rousey matchup contained. Don't make them too short, but also don't make them too long like tonight, because things just start to get messy. And as I said, I am shocked that Ronda Rousey lost here, so it's clear that they're gonna continue it. And if your screen went black for a couple of seconds during this matchup, was because during one of the submission when Ronda Rousey was locking in the angle lock, Charlotte Flair ended up having some wardrobe malfunction. It feels like this happens to Charlotte Flair every single major pay-per-view, so it might be time to be switching that attire a little bit or just fixing it up a little bit better. Feels like she's really unfortunate when it comes to that. Up next, we got the New Day taking on Sheamus and Rich Holland. Oh wait, no, they actually canceled that match, which is very sad. Sheamus tweeted about it, Kofi Kingston and also Xavier Woods tweeted about it. Maybe they get some time at night 2. We'll see if that turns out to be the case. So they went straight to the main event, which was the KO show. Kevin Owens comes out, talks a bit more trash about Texas, which he has been doing for weeks now. Stone Cold says he has a stupid haircut. What? Calls him a you-know-what. What? Kevin Owens then finally gets to the point. He tells him he is challenging him to a no-holds-barred match. Stone Cold says let's go, and the matchup is underway. We get Stone Cold just stomping it up as he usually does. The big difference on this one was that throughout the whole match, he was actually drinking beer and kicking Kevin Owens' ass. But at the same time, he did give Kevin Owens some offense, which was really cool. Even taking a suplex on the concrete. Stone Cold was taking bumps here, and he was actually still looking good as the matchup was going on. So they brawl it out on the crowd by the announce table. Stone Cold even took the ATV with Kevin Owens on it, went straight to the stage, also fought it right there, went back to the ring. Kevin Owens hits a stunner on Stone Cold, which is just crazy to even say. Stone Cold kicks out. All of it leads to Stone Cold delivering a stunner and pinning Kevin Owens to win the match. Very happy that Kevin Owens basically just got to live his dream. And it's awesome that Austin gave him so much offense. After the match is over, Kevin Owens gets stunned again, and they had the local police escort him out of the arena. Stone Cold continues to celebrate. Here comes Byron Saxton. He eats a stunner, actually sell it like a champ. That was really good. Poor Saxton. Stone Cold continues to celebrate, and that was it. Incredible night 1 of WrestleMania. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. We will be back for night 2, giving you everything that went down on it. So hit those notifications for it and more wrestling coverage. Stay savage, and I'll catch you on the next one.